Nature's own strawberry milkshake. Have you ever looked at a strawberry milkshake and thought, wow, I wish I could swim in this? Well, guess what? Nature beat you to it. There are actual lakes on our planet that are bubblegum pink, Pepto-Bismol pink, and every shade in between. It's not a filter, it's not a prank, and it's definitely not someone dumping a giant bottle of food coloring into the water. These are real, naturally occurring pink lakes. It sounds like something straight out of a fantasy movie, right? But this is 100% real life. So the big question is, what's going on here? How does an entire body of water decide to blush such a fabulous color? It's a question that makes you scratch your head and wonder what other secrets our amazing planet is hiding from us. Our first stop is the most famous of them all, Lake Hillier in Western Australia. This lake is the poster child for pink lakes everywhere. Picture this: a vibrant, solid pink lake sitting right next to the deep dark blue of the Southern Ocean, separated only by a thin strip of white sand and a dense green forest. What's even crazier about Lake Hillier is that its water stays pink, even if you scoop some up in a bottle. Next, let's jet over to Africa. Welcome to Lake Retba in Senegal, or as the locals call it, Lac Rose. This lake isn't just pretty, it's a major part of the local economy. The salt content here is insane, sometimes reaching up to 40% in certain areas. That's almost as salty as the Dead Sea. You can often see salt collectors out on the water in their boats, harvesting the salt crystals from the lakebed. Now, let's head to Europe. In Spain, you'll find the Salinas de Torrevieja, two saltwater lagoons right next to the Mediterranean Sea. One of them is a stunning pink color, creating a landscape that looks like it's from another planet. Our world tour of pink lakes wouldn't be complete without mentioning Dusty Rose Lake in British Columbia, Canada. This one is a bit different. Unlike the others, its color doesn't come from salt-loving microbes. So, what is the secret ingredient? In most of these salty pink lakes, the magic comes from microscopic living things. We're talking about tiny organisms that are so small you can't see them without a microscope, but together, they can change the color of an entire lake. The main celebrity in this story is a type of algae called Dunaliella salina. This little guy is a total survivor. It thrives in environments with extremely high salt concentrations, where most other forms of life would shrivel up and, well, die. To protect itself from the intense sunlight and high salt, Dunaliella salina produces huge amounts of a pigment called beta-carotene. Does that name sound familiar? It should. Beta-carotene is the same orange-red pigment that gives carrots, sweet potatoes, and pumpkins their color. So, when billions and billions of these algae are all producing beta-carotene at the same time, they collectively turn the entire body of water a beautiful shade of pink or red. It's like a massive lake-wide sunscreen party hosted by algae. But wait, the algae aren't the only ones at this party. There's another key player, a type of bacteria, or more accurately, archaea, called Halobacterium. These microbes are also salt lovers and are packed with a reddish pigment called bacteriorhodopsin. When you have both Dunaliella salina with its beta-carotene and Halobacterium with its bacteriorhodopsin living together in the same super salty water, you get a powerful pink combination. It's a team effort between different kinds of microbes to create this spectacular natural wonder. For a lake to turn that iconic bubblegum pink, it needs a very specific set of conditions. It's like nature has a secret recipe, and every ingredient has to be just right. The number one most important ingredient is, without a doubt, salt. And we're not talking a little bit salty like the ocean. We're talking extremely salty. Pink lakes like Lake Retba and Lake Hillier have salt concentrations that can be up to 10 or 12 times saltier than seawater. The next crucial ingredient in this recipe is sunlight, and lots of it. The sun's intense UV radiation is what triggers the microbes to produce their colorful protective pigments. So, the more sunlight a lake gets, the more beta-carotene is produced, and the pinker the water becomes. This is why many pink lakes appear most vibrant during the hottest, driest times of the year. The combination of high salt levels, high temperatures, and strong light is the perfect storm for creating a pink lake. It's a harsh environment that would be deadly for most life forms, but for these extremophiles, it's paradise. So, to recap nature's recipe for a pink lake, start with a shallow body of water, add an enormous amount of salt, and then bake it under a hot, powerful sun. This creates the perfect home for billions of tiny pink pigmented microbes to flourish. Seeing a pink lake in person is an experience that photos can't fully capture. It's one thing to see it on a screen, but it's another to stand on the shore and witness that surreal expanse of pink water with your own eyes. The air often feels thick and salty, and you might see crusts of white salt crystals lining the edges like snow. It feels otherworldly, like you've stepped onto a different planet. If a lake can be pink, what other colorful secrets is nature hiding? We have the vibrant yellow and orange hot springs of Yellowstone, colored by different types of heat-loving microbes. We have the mesmerizing bioluminescent bays where tiny organisms make the water glow blue at night. We have the Rainbow Mountains in Peru and China, where minerals have painted entire landscapes in stripes of red, yellow, and green. Nature is a master of color, using biology, geology, and chemistry as its paintbrushes. These natural wonders also teach us an important lesson about life itself. The microbes that create the pink color are extremophiles, organisms that thrive in conditions we would consider impossible. They show us that life is resilient, adaptable, and incredibly tenacious. When you look at a pink lake, you're not just seeing a pretty color, you're seeing a testament to the strength and ingenuity of life on a microscopic scale. So the next time you see something in nature that makes you stop and ask why, dive into that curiosity. Whether it's a lake that looks like a milkshake, a sky filled with dancing green lights, or a forest of towering red trees, there's always an amazing story waiting to be discovered. Our planet is full of mysteries and magic, all explained by the incredible logic of science. What colorful wonder will you get curious about next? The world is full of questions, and finding the answers is the best adventure of all. Go explore.